one.
A secret face, a touch of grace. A man must learn to give a little space with his family and friends to discuss the animazing Rush song, Animate.
Every Rush song. I see what you did there.
Animazing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, take it.
That's kind of a cool groove, isn't it? All right. Y'all like it? Animate? Is it good?
Now move to the next song.
I've got the next one. All right. We'll just skip the next album.
I would like to
Let's do Vapor Trails now.
I would like to be quoted as saying, yes, I do like that song.
Yes, I love that song.
I'm gonna just say it. I effing love that song.
Oh. What do you? All right. What catches you about it?
Well,
What
first of
makes
all,
you
the
go,
music. I mean, it's just got the. It's rocking. It's there ain't no illness to that, man. It's just rocking straight ahead. It's good. It's real good. Make me happy.
I guess after a while of
Got to get beat and you dance to it.
people complaining about not enough guitar, there's guitar.
Oh,
Got
no,
some
the
great
guitar-
bass.
The guitar comes. Oh well, the bass. Well, I think the bass is what smacked me in the mouth first. On it, because look, it's not like that drum fill is all that complicated. To
Sure.
start the song off with, that's a very basic drum fill right there. It's the and I love the chord progressions on the song.
I
And I
also love the
guess-
chord progressions of this song. I don't know if anybody mentioned that.
Tim, can you come a little closer to the phone? 'Cause it
Closer to
sounds
the
all-
heart.
Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. So handsome.
Oh,
So
look
handsome.
at that.
And I heard he's doing like instead of da 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 da. I heard isn't he doing like flicking it back and forth to get the da 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 da. That's just I
Yeah.
mean that's
Which
got to take an
doesn't-
enormous amount of strength, of finger
To-
strength
to flick it
Right.
back and forth like
to
that.
flick it both ways.
But it must
I mean,
be
it's one
very
thing
pleasing to
yes.
when the end result.
I'm sure the bass likes it. Okay, you know what? That is not what this show is about.
Well, that's right. This show is about drinking.
It's funny.
On the podcast.
And you know what? Another thing that sticks out to me, no pun intended, the sound of that ride cymbal. I mean, it's just,
Right.
it's how
Well,
many
that-
songs do you hear ride cymbal like that?
7.
Oh, I
Maybe
wasn't
8.
counting, but thanks, Shay. I guess
Jay was
Yeah.
ready for that.
somewhere around 5, I was confused with what number was.
Can you name them, Jay?
Yeah, there's one. And then there's the
Oh.
second one. There's third one.
Right.
Wait, the fifth one, and then the fourth one, and the seventh one,
Right.
the sixth one, and fifth one. Did I
Right.
mention the
Okay,
fifth one?
okay.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
you did. So,
Yeah.
okay, as long as you know the song, that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. It's that one song with the music. The other one has the lyrics.
Right. And all that is so off pod, I was talking to Shayne about
Oh,
a
sure.
YouTube podcast I was listening to earlier, talking about this guy was, an expert on Neil's drum sets from the very beginning and changes he made throughout the years when he went with a different brand of drum kit, and then just how he evolved in his drum kit setup. And that ride cymbal has been with him since the beginning. But you've never heard that ride cymbal sound like that. So that was all the way that they mic'd it and EQ'd it to give it that more. It's not like Neil's ride has ever been hidden in the mix in the previous albums, but to me, it's got like a darker tone to it, and on this whole album, his use of the ride cymbal, he was experimenting with going between like the meat of the cymbal where you would normally hit the right cymbal in the main body of it,
Cymbal
and
meat.
up to the bell of the cymbal. And sometimes the bell was on the upbeat, but sometimes it's on the downbeat.
I was going to ask you that because it almost sounds like he's just doing the upbeats. And is the downbeat on the meat and then the upbeat on the bell?
Yeah, it's the downbeat on the body of the cymbal, the upbeats on the bell of the cymbal.
Can we agree to call it the meat?
But it was the way that they EQ'd it and mixed it, with all the sound engineering stuff that it, for whatever reason, wanted to bring it out. To me, it made it sound a little bit more aggressive than what you've heard his ride cymbal before in the past. And I told Shayne earlier, it is a Zildjian, but it's not. It's like a little side company or something like that. Way before they had the split, and you had the Sabian cymbal line show up. It was Zildjian, but this cymbal was a Zilco ride cymbal, and he used that ride cymbal all the way up to. It was whenever he had changed from using Zildjians, and he came out with his own line of the Paragon cymbals from Sabian. He used that ride cymbal. But yeah, it's great. He does it on Stick It Out. He does it on Animate. And especially on Stick It Out, he does some stuff where it's a little bit on the upbeat, but sometimes on the downbeat. And he'll do that to hit it. Oh, it's great. I love it a lot.
Yeah, but do you like it?
I'm glad you like it.
But I don't. I don't. The other thing that I don't know if y'all have ever paid this kind of attention to, the different percussion that Neil has used throughout the years from the beginning up to counterparts. But there is a different percussive instrument that you hear, especially in the song.
Really?
Does anybody know what it is?
I do.
Really?
But it's because you told me earlier.
I was going to say, was it the vacuum cleaner?
No, that's not a percussion instrument. I mean, I guess it could be.
Mine is.
Yeah.
Mine is.
Does it have a bunch of pennies inside that go?
It's true. I don't know.
I'll tell you. It's the tambourine.
Really?
Oh. Now, did he play with a silver jingle?
But it is a sampled tambourine. When he does that, he's using a foot pedal. But you've never heard a tambourine in Rush songs prior to this.
Not any of their songs that at least weren't, not any of the non-bluegrass songs. Sure.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know off the top of your head where he plays the tambourine? What part?
Yeah. In the in whatever you call it before the guitar solo, that little sometimes we bathe our reaction in artificial light.
You know what?
Yeah.
I think Tim's full of crap, but let's have a listen and see.
I want to say it's on the beat of 2 and 4.
I heard it.
What is my name?
Holy smokes.
How did I not ever notice that sounds like a tambourine?
I've never noticed it. But again, I don't notice much.
Also, Tim, did you say holy pineapple?
No, I did not say holy pineapples.
Okay. All right. Tim had some computer issues, and we are not going to let that stop every Rush song. So he's on his phone. So he sounds a little different today.
Yeah, there's no stopping. There's no stopping, Rush. The show must go on. On with the show.
Right.
A show of hands.
Must.
Show me, don't tell me.
Show, don't tell, don't tell.
And then a few now, Tim. The song has some. I should have marked the time for them, but does it have some bass rolls or are they just the roughs? There's a couple of parts.
No, getting back to the chord. That's the bass drum roll. Polarize me. Yeah, that's the bass drum roll.
Ooh, dead air.
So not. Tim was thinking, Jay was drinking, and Shayne was didn't know what to say.
Something right with the inking. Freaking. That was it.
Check this at 135 because we like a bass slide, and so here's a part where the verse changes, the bass line changes on the verse a little bit, and then there's a bass slide coming up. How does he have time to stick that in there? It's just incredible.
Magician. Magic.
Geddy Lee.
Oh yeah. Good point. I
freaking love this song. Did I mention that I freaking love this song. I love this album.
Yeah, but do you like it? All right, something I wanted to start doing with these.
Do you really love this album? Or
I love album. I love album.
Not Animate, but album. Has anyone ever released an album and called it album?
Album?
Yeah.
I know Beatles had the white album, Prince had the black album, but anyone just do
album. Prince had a black album?
He had the black album.
No, Metallica had the black album.
Yeah, that was Metallica.
But theirs was just called Black. Prince had the black album.
What was that one?
It's just I think he recorded a bunch of Prince songs, and
he's making it up, Tim.
Okay, so something I'd like to start doing for the songs is kind of not really grading, but sort of grading the performances, right? I mean, of course, they're all great, but let's say some point later on we want to come back and go, okay, what are the best bass songs? What are the best drum songs? So, as far as the percussion goes, would you say that this is kind of middle of the road for Neil? Little less than what Neil usually does, or is this like, if you want to hear some good Neil, this is a song?
Yeah, I mean, to me, this is more. I mean, look, everything he's ever done is just spot on, spectacular. But sure. I mean, if you've got the technology to recreate all the sounds that he's doing, it's not that it's a difficult song to play.
Yeah. It's just not going to have the technical stuff.
I remember I set up a little tambourine, and so I couldn't do, well, I was doing it, but it was just wrong, but I would do the little hit, but still doing the little tom things and, have to do a lot of unnecessary movements so I could, get that done instead of him just tapping that pedal, to get that sound. But it, as long as you can, as a drummer, do a bass drum roll, it's not that difficult of a song. It's perfect for the music that Geddy and Alex wrote.
Yeah. So so maybe a 3, because it didn't have the super technical fills like La Via Strangiato or a technical beat like
right. There's nothing all that crazy about it.
Okay.
I mean, it's just a good rocking song. And look, a simple drummer would probably just be doing maybe quarter notes on the bell and with the eighth notes not being played, just doom, gadakun, gadakun, doom, gadakun, done that. Neil gives us that sound, but he is doing eighth notes between the bell and the body.
How about the bass?
Between the mind and the soul.
How about the bass? How does it rank for Getty's other bass works?
I want to say this is one of his, especially up to that time, I would say that this is one of his most impressive performances because he's playing a lot in the song. It's not just a really cool bass fill here and there, for it. You can't compare it with an instrumental because the song's not an instrumental. But he's very busy, especially at the introduction, the choruses.
And not a lot of
Playing
fills.
all of those notes that fast and singing.
Yeah, and not a lot of fills like on some songs, but that technique of the back and forth plucking, that's pretty neat.
It's hard for me to rate his bass playing because everything he does is to me is amazing. But to your point, if he's doing this all the way through, that's not as easy as a fill here and there.
Right.
So so would you put this as like above average then for him? You said it would be one of his better. I think so,
because it would be hard to keep that
average bass part for a typical Rush song.
Yeah. It's pretty tough stuff.
Yeah.
How about the guitar?
Good.
I'd say like a 2 for Alex. He's done better stuff. He's done.
Yeah. It's for Alex. It's good. It's not, oh, this is great. It's just good.
It's what I like about Alex. So just laying that texture.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So 2, the vocals.
I like the vocals.
Yeah.
See, I'm torn because I like the harmonies. I don't usually like Getty's harmonies. I've said that a few times, but I love the harmonies.
The Getty.
He's got some good high parts. Not a lot of pretty stuff like you might hear from, say, Hold Your Fire, Presto. But so I don't know. Maybe, I think I'd go with a 2.
But his voice,
double the melody, in the chord.
Me too. And his vocals are very strong. His voice, it sounds great. Later albums, as he got older, it kind of wasn't quite what it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a Getty with strong vocals. I wouldn't say it's his best vocal performance, but I would definitely put it in the somewhere in the middle. It's damn good Getty. It's not, oh my god, this is incredible, because there's stuff out there that is far better, but
it's that.
Yeah.
Not the No One at the Bridge scream or the Available Light.
I don't want to call it middle of the road because it's really good, but it's for Getty, I guess it's middle of the road.
Solid Getty work. And then
solid Getty.
How about the keyboards?
See, I'm glad you brought that up, because while they are there, it's almost going back to more of a kind of moving picture.
Yeah.
Kind of use of keyboards, some nice little pads, going through there.
It's a supporting role rather than a co-star or a starring.
Yeah. It's the type of thing that I think would have made Vapor Trail so much better if they just added just a little bit here and there. Suck it, Tim.
He's getting red. He's getting red. Oh, here it goes. Oh no, he's getting mad.
I like toward the end of the song when it's starting to fade out, where you can hear that little keyboard pattern, and it's changing. It's like doing a da, 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 da,
Yeah.
it's just doing something weird, but it's changing, and you hear it more in the fade out than how you hear it through the rest of the song. I just thought that was really good.
Well, here's an example of how they add a little bit to the chorus, and this is right in the middle of the song.
See, I like that. I like that keyboard sound.
It's kind of a
It gives it a little something extra.
There.
And then I like the chromatic bum, 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 as it goes.
Yeah.
I think that the keyboard sound just really ties the room together. I mean, in my opinion.
Kind of like space guitar.
Yeah. It's in dry duck. Space guitar is in dry duck.
It's dry duck.
It's dry duck.
All right. And then, Tim, I just happen to have marked at 442 the other, when that synth part kind of changes a little bit at the end of the song. Adds a little bit to the excitement without taking over the entire song.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I think it's right where they should be. That's the perfect amount for Rush.
I agree.
Right.
And then I had one more musical thing to point out. I started to play this when we were talking about Getty, but this is at the very end. It's kind of that same theme as the earlier parts of the song, but it does these kind of cool do things with the chords.
What you're playing right there is the part I'm talking about, where you can really hear that pattern changing in there.
Yeah.
Let's listen to the other keyboard change part here on the fade out.
Yes.
People, the fade song fades out.
Is this for moving pictures?
Wait for it. Kind of a nice production effect too, I think, where everything else fades and the keyboards are still kind of going.
Yeah.
And I love that sort of kind of, I don't know what you would call it, like a kind of sliding down on the keyboard effect.
I think there's a little whammy bar type thing on some synthesizers. It could be that, or it could just be the sound it shows.
Yeah.
Could be
little pitch bend there.
Pitch bend. Bend that pitch.
Pitch bend.
All right. Wow. That's another thing we're going to do a little differently from now on. We're going to split up the episodes into talk about the music and then talk about the lyrics. So next episode, we're going to talk about the lyrics. Anything else to discuss about the music, gentlemens? Or Tim, if y'all want to chime in.
It's just a great rock song.
Yep.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Well, all right. Well, tell us your favorite parts of Animate. You can email us 2112 at Every Rush Song. Catch us on the Soch, where I'm constantly posting reels of Tim being real silly. That's at Every Rush Song. Okay, not constantly, now and then. He wants to do something silly right now. Tim, why don't we do our silly ending so we can end this first episode about Animate?
Thank you very much. We so appreciate it. Good night.